hello.
Oh, hi.
Hey, Houseguests. Welcome to today's Big Brother Canada 12 Digital Daily Recap.
Wow.
We had not one, but two digital dailies to watch today.
Thanks, Canada.
This is a little later than I would like to be doing our streams for these, but yeah, like I said, two digital dailies.
Oh my God, so much dailies.
I know, but before we get into it, our house guests of the day are Daniel Gutierrez and Kathy McHale. Thank you both so much for the support. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate it so much. So thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests today, check out our Patreon link in the info box below, or the info, whatever. It's not a box anymore.
Info.
It hasn't been for years.
Info Area 51.
Yes. All right. So when we left off the other day, hi. When we left off the other day, they still had not done the nominations yet. I felt like these nominations were never happening. But as we saw in the episode last night, isn't that crazy? We're seeing it on the episode before we see it on the digital daily.
Well, that was their plan, but then what is the point of the digital daily?
I will say
after the episode,
the Friday digital daily that we saw today felt very waste of my time. Waste of my timey. So yeah.
Yes.
But as we saw in the episode, Janine and Avery were nominated, and Anthony made it known that Janine is the target and Avery is a pawn.
You are the target and you are the pawn.
Right. We are still going to talk about the digital daily that showed what happened on Friday, because there's still some stuff in there. Plus, if we had to watch it, a little bit of info. You have to hear about it. So,
and boy, did we have to watch it.
Yeah. This first digital daily, this was still, it started before nominations had happened. Oh my God. And just a reminder as we get into this, we do have some slop eaters this week.
Right.
Avery, Donna, Lexus, and Vivek are all in slop. We got that wrong last time. We said Matthew, maybe, but it was Vivek, not Matthew.
Right.
Okay, so Friday's digital daily.
Who's gonna make my slop lunch? Make your own, Avery.
Yeah, so Bailey and Spicy V are chatting, and Bailey says, I'm not really sure that Dougie actually wants to work with the girls. I mean, Spicy V was like, well, I have to wait and see who he puts up today. Like, she didn't know what was happening.
I think he probably doesn't want to work with the girls, but the guys really, I don't think, want to work with him in the way that he wants them to work with him. So he's kind of forced to work with the girls.
So I see him working with the girls right now, but in my opinion, it's because he's more worried about the girls, so he's keeping them closer.
Really?
That's what I think.
I think it's because he cannot control the guys.
I think it's because he's trying to neutralize the threat of the girls. So he's like, I'm going to join them so that they won't come after me.
He's so not worried about the girls' alliance.
I know. We'll get there. But Bailey wants to know, did Anthony cut a deal with Tola? Because in Bailey's eyes, everybody wants Tola out, which there are definitely a lot of people who do.
Is there anyone who wants to keep Tola besides Anthony?
I mean, Tola? Matthew, maybe? I don't know. There's definitely some people that are like, whatever, I have bigger fish to fry. But Bailey thinks like everybody wants him out. So she's like, how is he not the target here? Why is Anthony not going after him? They must have some sort of a deal. So Bailey says it's really not a good look that Anthony is not targeting Tola this week. She also tells Spicy V she's not buying Anthony's story that Janine threw Dougie's name out there. Correct. So I don't know where she's thinking the lie occurred. I think she's leaning more towards, Tola set Janine up, which is not what happened. It was just Anthony pulling lies out of his ass. But she is pretty convinced that Janine was not throwing Anthony's name out there. And we know that that's true. She wasn't.
Right.
He admitted in the episode, in his diary room, that
he said it.
He made it up.
She said it. She said it again. He said it today.
Yeah. So Bailey's wondering, is Anthony actually going after Janine? Is he really that threatened by her? Is he that afraid of her?
Yes.
Yeah, apparently. But I gotta say, as much as I love Bailey speaking her mind, she's really got to be careful what she says in front of Spicy V, in front of Avery, because both of them are just going to go back to Dougie and spill everything.
I think
this Spill.
I think Dougie's afraid of strong women.
Yeah. I think he feels threatened by them.
Very much so.
But yeah. I mean in the game, not necessarily in real life. Just to be clear.
Think in real life too.
I don't know. We don't need to get into the whole psychology of it.
No, of course not.
I have some theories. So we don't need to go over it right now. But Avery and Kayla have a game chat in the red bedroom. And this conversation was like kind of a lot. Avery says, I really do. I love all the girls and I would love for that girls alliance to work. But as we've been seeing, Avery and Kayla are both part of a new alliance that's emerging.
Oh.
It's Avery, Kayla, Spicy V, Anthony, and then Lexus is also being pulled into it.
Oh, does it have a name? What's it called?
Yes. So they didn't reveal the name until like the very end of today's Digital Daily. And the name that they're going with is Hot Chocolate.
Do you love it?
I mean, I love hot chocolate for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know about this alliance. But no, I like this group except for Anthony. I can't get into Anthony's gameplay. I'm sorry. I was not a fan of him in season 7. It has nothing to do with him as a person. I just can't with his gameplay and his ego. Anyway, Avery says that alliance moving forward is more important to her than the girls' alliance. She wants to see all of the brown people get to the end. That's what she said. And Kayla, this is where I feel uncomfortable though. Like, I'm fine with them all working together. I think that's a great group.
Of course.
But this is where it gets a little bit weird because Kayla basically says, and we're going to be good. We're going to be protected because other people are not going to want to bring up that we're working together because of how that's going to make them look.
Oh.
I mean,
that's kind of icky.
That's kind of like not cool to like use that. I mean, we saw what happened when Kyle on BBUS falsely accused all of the Black Houseguests or all of the people of color. He accused all of them of having an alliance, which they did not.
Right.
But this is a different scenario because this group is actually formed and they're working together. And then she's saying, if anybody has the guts to call us out,
we can say you shouldn't be saying that.
I don't like that. That's I don't know. There's just something that doesn't feel right about that to me. Yeah, we'll see what happens with it.
My issue with this is Big Brother Canada put this in the Digital Daily, so they must have wanted us to see it for a reason.
What do you mean?
They wanted to say, look, this is not cool.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's a very complicated issue for sure.
It is complicated.
But there's just something off about that it's like, all right, you're using this in a way that feels inappropriate and unfair. But anyway, Avery says that she wants 2 girls on the block to guarantee that Janine goes. And she's fine with being that girl that's up next to Janine because she's worried that if the nominations change and a guy is up next to Janine, then Janine might stay.
Get voted.
And she wants Janine to go.
Yeah.
Why are you so anti-Janine all of a sudden? But she does not want Anthony to lose trust in them. So she's really hoping that nominations will just stay the same and that she'll stay over Janine. Again, like you're willingly staying off of the block. Like that's a lot. It's a lot. All right. So Anthony and Avery chat in the trophy room. And Anthony says, I heard from Vivek that Bailey is not actually on board with taking out Janine this week.
Oh, no.
He said, I heard she's just going along with it when she's talking to us, but she's not into it. Which we have seen that Bailey has said many times, come here, Lamb, that she would like to see still a situation where Tola ends up on the block and they can vote him out instead of Janine. Some of the other women in that alliance are like, no, we're just going to cut Janine loose now because we would rather work with Anthony. So Anthony, now knowing that there is not 100% support backing him in this move to get rid of Janine, he is now saying, I want to have one-on-ones with everyone again to find out where their votes are this week. This feels very Kyland-esque.
No, Kyland.
So many one-on-one appointments. Has so little time.
We're going to do 15-minute appointments, and we're going to line up outside the HOH store.
That was unlike anything I'd ever seen before
Oh
on
my
this
God.
show.
We're going to have pre-noms, post-noms, veto, post-veto.
So Anthony wants to basically tell people, if you're not on board with my move of taking out Janine,
I'm drawing a line in the sand.
You're going to be drawing a line in the sand, not respecting what I want this week. Oh boy. So he's like fully prepared to go scorched earth week 1.
No.
That's a lot. Like, I think you need to pull it back a little bit, man.
It's like, obey my dog.
Yeah. Nice Zoolander reference there. So then Anthony chats with Spicy V and Lexus and Avery. And again, Anthony is a little bit nervous. That, what if his plan doesn't go through this week? He's nervous. What if Janine wins the veto? And he's like, nah, she's not going to win. But what if somebody else wins and uses it on her? He's specifically worried about Bailey.
Cannot stand how he's underestimating her.
I know.
When he doesn't even know what the comp is.
I know.
When he hasn't even made noms yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, doubt has been placed in his mind about Bailey. He's wondering, is she going to use the veto on Janine if she wins? And if so, who would we target? Because again, it's a very small pool of people that he can even pull from. So Spicy V says it would have to be Tola at that point, right? Oh. Yes, he's a great potential shield moving forward, but if that were to be the case, if Janine were to come off the block, then Tola would have to go. Is that actually what he would do? I don't know. But Spicy V is also reassuring Anthony, if Bailey were to win the power veto, she's not going to use it on Janine. She's not going to take that risk this early on.
Right. Just got to check.
Okay. We can't have Bowie eating any squeakers. All right. So then Bailey and Vivek have a game chat. And these two are definitely...
Officer Puppy really...
He took
the piss out of Officer Puppy.
Oh, no. Bailey and Vivek are definitely an emerging duo here.
Right.
We saw them get in trouble the other day with Dougie.
You guys, I watched on the spy screen.
He caught them on the spy screen.
In the dumpster.
But it was very sus, the timing of it all, if you guys remember.
Yeah.
So these two are getting tight. They've been talking a lot. And Vivek shares with Bailey, hey, Todd wants to get an alliance going with the two of us.
Oh.
And Bailey's like, oh? But then Vivek is like, no, I don't really want to be in an alliance with Todd. I don't want to work with him.
Todd's a loose cannon.
Ouch. Yeah, he's worried. What if Todd spills stuff by accident? Because there was an incident the other day, yes, where Todd basically told people that he's good with Anthony. This person's good with Anthony. This person. So then it kind of created this drama. Like, is there a guys alliance? What's going on here? So Vivek is not really sure that he wants to work with Todd at this point. Which kind of bums me out because I'd like to see Todd get something going here.
I would love for Todd to come alive pre-jury and just like demolish the house.
That'd be a lot of fun. What if it turns out he's some sort of like Big Brother savant?
That would be amazing.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, Dougie and Bailey have a chat. And I have to sneeze, but I don't know what's going to come out. But Bailey is promising...
Do I need a splash guard?
No. Oh. Bailey is promising that she's going to vote Janine out if she is up against another girl.
Against most anyone.
Or certain guys. She makes the distinction, certain guys. And she's trying to reassure Dougie here, like, you don't have to worry about me. I'm going to do what you want. Yeah. I think if Tola was up there, she'd be voting Tola out.
Right.
But she says also to Dougie, if Janine does end up staying this week for some reason... she says, I will make sure that Janine doesn't target you. I mean, at that point, I think Janine is well within her rights to target Dougie. But of course, you're not going to say that. So anyway.
I don't think she still would anyway.
I know, which makes me really angry and annoyed. So Bailey says...
Like you want to rip your cast off? Like in...
As Good as It Gets?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't have a cast. So Bailey says... that Janine has never mentioned Anthony as a target Which is true. We've never heard it. We've heard her talk about going to the Final Five with him.
It's true.
Yeah. So Anthony's like, well, no, people came to me and told me that. He continues to push his lie that multiple people told him that Janine mentioned his name.
Multiple people.
Right.
Not
he
just
also
one, not 2, but 3. No less than 3.
Whoa. We're getting biblical here.
There's a girls' alliance, but I don't care.
Well, he also says someone snitched and told him about the girls' alliance. Yeah. Her name is Spicy V. But he says, I don't care about that because I have you, Bae. He keeps calling her Bae to try and make her feel like she's something to him. He's like, I have you to tell me what's going on there, so I'm not worried about it, right? You'll tell me.
Why can't he just say, I don't care, there's a girls' alliance? But he has to go into it every time, like, you girls gravitate together and do your nails and do your hair and talk and blah, blah, blah. And then,
yeah.
I don't care about that.
He cares. He cares
Sounds
big
like
time.
You do, because you're listing off a lot of activities there.
He doth protest too much. All right. So anyway, we did get to see in that digital daily the very end of the nomination ceremony. And Avery just overdoing it with her fake ass self-admitted crocodile tears.
Oh my God. That was so freaking lame.
Yeah. Everyone's doing their little hugs. And Janine is like, let's just have fun. Like, let's not make this weird this week. Because she's already getting weird vibes from people before she was even nominated.
She was dead mom walking before the noms.
Yeah. And then Avery's all like in the other room going like...
Yeah, but she was full on sobbing.
With no liquid coming out.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bailey and Avery chat, and still Avery's fake sad because she needs to pretend in front of Bailey, which doesn't really make sense to me because I remember after Avery found out she was going up, she told Bailey.
Yeah, she told everybody.
But then Bailey like magically forgot about this because she was like, oh, you didn't know? Oh my God. Like, did I like make that up in my mind?
No,
I definitely remember her. I remember her telling Bailey specifically. But anyway, Bailey says, guys, I still think there is a way for us to get Tola out this week. If one of the nominees comes down, Tola goes up, we vote him out. Oh, Bailey, if only. But Bailey says...
Fantasy Island here.
Yeah, Bailey says if one of the nominees came down and Dougie put up another girl, he'd become the target next week because that is not okay. And she says, I will say this to Dougie's face. Do you think she actually would?
Yes.
I think she would too. I feel like she gives 0 Fs.
I do, but I don't think she would have any support.
Yeah, that's the thing. While she is open to say these things, I don't know that people would be brave enough to back her up on it.
Nope.
Which is unfortunate. But
especially not Spicy V.
Oh my God, yeah.
Which is such a disappointment. Sorry, but I had to say it.
True.
I was so excited for her to be on this season, but like, no, she sucks. Where's the Spicy V from last time?
I know. Unfortunately, I think we're romanticizing a Spicy V of her last season a bit because I remember her doing a lot of stupid shit back then.
Yeah, but at least she was being bold. And, now she's just being, like, stupid.
Yeah. Well, anyway. Bailey, again, is saying she does not think a girl let anything slip to Anthony, but, like, oh, girl.
It was.
Spicy V
is a girl.
Avery has let things slip. Well, like, there's a few cracks in that.
Avery is telling everything.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Bailey tells Avery, you're not going anywhere this week, so don't worry. Great. Okay. So then Avery goes to the HOH room to celebrate with Dougie, and she's like, oh, that's how you do it. Like, Academy Award winning performance.
No.
Anthony is convinced that he's on Mount Rushmore for Big Brother Canada.
What?
I wouldn't go that far.
Wearing your mom jeans?
Yeah, it just... No, but he thinks very highly of himself. I do think he was a strong player in his first season, but I don't think he's Mount Rushmore material at this point.
No.
Anyway.
Not even the Canadian one.
No. He is telling Avery, you're going to be safe this week. You don't have to worry. But he does let her know. Some people were pushing for Kayla to go up instead of you. And he's wondering, like, what's going on here? He uses this opportunity to say Vivek sucks. Vivek was the big one who was pushing for Kayla to go up. And he says Vivek is very close to Bailey. So is she involved in some some stuff here? What's going on? And at this point, Avery very quickly spills that Bailey still wants Anthony to take out Tola this week, not Janine. Didn't take long for her to spill that info. It was burning a hole in her brain.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I gotta get back to my dad.
Yeah. So after, I'm waiting for the day when she's like, thanks, Dad. I mean,
Anthony. Yeah.
So after Avery and Spicy V chat, and Avery says, we really need to watch out for Bailey because she clearly does not like Dougie. Good. You should keep her around.
Yeah.
You should keep her around to take him out for you. But they're like, we can't tell her stuff anymore because we don't know what she's going to do with that information.
You know what? You could tell her stuff if you stuck to the plan, Keith. If you had kept, if you had kept your girls' alliance, if you had kept your queer alliance, no, you all went and sold your souls to Dougie.
Yeah, they are feeling good about Kayla though, so there's that. Kayla is in that hot chocolate alliance with them.
Yeah, great.
All right. So then Avery brings up that Anthony is now saying he wants to bring a guy into their hot chocolate alliance that they can basically just manipulate. He wouldn't be an official member of their alliance. And Avery says Anthony wants that guy to be Matt. We've seen...
Whoa, a marshmallow in the hot chocolate alliance?
I guess so.
Little Brad Pitt.
Little LBP. We've seen pretty much since like day 2, Anthony's been like, I want to work with Matt, blah, blah, blah. Because I feel like he just sees Matt as like, the term that I'm thinking of is like a himbo. Or, like a dummy thick where he can tell him what to do and Matt's going to be all like, I pick things up and put them down. But Matt is like pretty smart.
Matt is pretty smart.
So I don't know that he actually fits that archetype that Anthony is looking for.
I don't know why he was saying he's little Brad Pitt. He's definitely a little Austin Butler.
I could see that. Yeah, he does look more like Austin Butler than Brad Pitt, I feel like. Maybe when he was younger, he looked more like BP. But anyway.
I don't know. But it's not a bad thing to look like Austin Butler.
No, not at all. So anyway, Spicy V says, he wants to work with Matt. We need to be careful with that because Matt and Anthony are pretty close. We don't need Matt snaking in on this deal.
Oh, don't snake.
And stealing him away from us. So anyway, also in this conversation, Spicy V and Avery shake on the final 2.
Oh.
This is not Avery's first final 2.
Rank Avery's alliances.
Yeah, I know. But she clearly is more serious about working with Spicy V than she ever was about working with Janine, who she also had a final 2 deal with.
Does she have more than 5 alliances?
I'm not sure at this point. So she's got the final 2 with Spicy V.
Right.
Technically a final 2 with Janine.
What about a final 2 with Anthony?
I haven't seen that yet.
Okay.
That I remember. She's got hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
She's got that other 4, which was supposed to be Spicy V, her, Janine, and Bailey.
Right.
She's got the Girls Alliance. So she's got at least 5
the Girls
things
Alliance
going.
Is dead.
I'm just saying, she's made many.
Right.
Okay. So that was the first digital daily for today.
Uh-huh.
Now let's talk about March 10th digital daily. So I think this was actually from Saturday.
Right.
From what we saw.
Because they hadn't played the POV yet. And I think
it's also possible that it's a combination of Saturday and Sunday, judging from what we saw. It's hard to tell. I'm not really sure. But there was definitely some Saturday in there.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, this starts the morning of the POV competition.
Right.
So Tola lets Avery know, hey,
I'm winning the POV.
Well, he says, if we're in the POV together and you see that I'm winning and you're losing, why don't you
just throw it to me?
Why don't you pull back and let me win?
Oh
my God.
You're telling somebody who's on the block?
You're asking someone on the block to throw the veto to you. But he's telling Avery, you're going to be safe anyway. I don't want Dougie to have to draw lines if you come off the block. But the saddest part about this is...
he wouldn't use the POV on her.
No.
Oh.
She knows that. The saddest part is she knows that. Like, that's a part of it. Him winning and keeping noms the same. Mm-hmm. And that's what she wants. She wants to stay on the block.
No.
When you start putting the comfort of other people in the game above your own position in the game, like she is way more concerned about like crossing Anthony and Anthony having to put up another person than she is about coming off the block. Yeah. So it's ridiculous. But anyway, Avery is then talking to Spicy V, and Avery is stressed out about the possibility of her getting Houseguest choice in the POV player pick. She does not want that because she would love for Tola or Matt to play and win the POV and keep the noms. Yeah, keep the noms the same, which is so lame. But she doesn't want to be in a situation where she has to pick one of them because that's going to look bad to the girls if she picks one of those guys. God. So she's just like, what will I do?
Oh my God. Remember when we
thought
that this was the best group of girls yet?
We were wrong.
Oh my God, how we were wrong.
We were very wrong. Okay, so anyway, they have the POV player picks. And just a reminder, in Canada, the HOH does not play in the POV competition.
Thank God.
Right. So the players are the two nominees, Avery and Janine, and then 3 extra players, Matt, Dennis, and Tola.
Wow.
This is like Avery's dream POV player selection. All these other people that would leave nominations the same.
Yeah.
So Avery is talking to Matt and she's like, hey, I would like noms to say the same if you win. And Matt says, which is a hell of a thing to say when you're up on the block.
Right.
But Matt says, I'm going to go with, whatever the HOH wants. So I'm going to honor their target. I wouldn't want to stir things up at this point.
Right.
Boring. And then we have Avery and Spicy V chatting again. And they are laughing about how many alliances they're in and how no one suspects how close these two are to each other.
Really?
I will say, for some reason, people have not picked up on how close these two are, which is insane to me. Also, the fact that Spicy V and Dougie are working together. Like, hello.
That's because they're meeting in the dumpster.
But, like, how do you not expect that?
But everybody does know. All the girls know, pretty much.
I mean, some of them.
Most of them.
Some of them. But anyway, there's even talk between Avery and Spicy V of staging a fake fight at some point to throw people off the set.
All right. You take something from my room and I'll just say, hey, give me that back.
Ask for it next time.
Yeah.
Okay. Why would you stage a fake fight and draw attention to yourselves when no one's looking at you right now?
That is the stupidest thing ever.
But go for it, please. It would be hilarious. Oh my God. Anytime anybody brings up, there's a few phrases that really catch my attention.
Right.
House meeting. And let's stage a fake fight.
Yeah.
Like, it's so bad. Let's see it. Please. So entertaining.
Oh my God.
So we'll see if they end up going for it at some point.
I don't see it happening.
All right. Well, a little while later.
This week anyway. Maybe in the future.
We get a look at the house. Did I say housed?
Yeah.
House post POV competition. The players are dressed like bunnies. I believe the competition was called Down the Rabbit Hole.
They had their little hats pinned on in the back.
Mm-hmm.
It was not the movie quality costumes.
No. I guess Bailey was hosting. She was dressed up kind of like a
slutty
Mad Hatter, I want to say. She had like the hat on for a bit. I don't know. But it sounds like they had to like go down into a dark hole and climb through a tunnel and like retrieve some tiles to complete, I want to say, a puzzle.
Canada has that dual level.
That's true.
So they probably were using
that. Yeah. I mean, it's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like a big production, but
yes,
we find out that Dennis won the power veto. Congratulations to him. But what's a bummer is apparently Janine was really close to winning this. So it just like hurts her even more that she was not able to do this. Yeah.
She was in tears.
For sure. I feel for her.
I do too.
So
she got railroaded.
Yeah. Janine is chatting with Lexus. Do you think that Dennis should have won this? He's got no skin in this game. He's not even in danger this week at all. He's like safe. He's on the other entourage.
I think it was a little foolish for him to gun for it.
I think maybe he should have just like steps back. But anyway, Janine is chatting with Lexus and Janine's crying a bit. She's sad that she's going to be going out because of a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Janine is still thinking though that it was Tola who threw her under the bus. Wake up. When are people going to figure out it was Spicy? When? Okay.
I just can't believe she's getting away with this.
I know. So then Dennis and Vivek chat. Mm-hmm. And Vivek says Avery and Janine are going to be campaigning so hard for you to use the veto this week.
Are you
ready for it? Are you ready? Are you going to do it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see Avery campaigning for the veto to be used. If anything, she's campaigning for it not
to be used. Yeah.
Janine, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I don't see Janine groveling or conniving, or I think she was planning on playing like a straightforward game. So like she's not gonna hound people and be like, will you use it please? Will you use it please? Will you use it please on me?
Yeah, I don't see her begging Dennis here. So
no.
Dennis
She's not gonna kiss his ass for a rose.
No, you're not the Bachelor. Dennis says, I'm just going to have to tell them that I have to think about my own standing in the game and what the repercussions would be if I were to use the veto, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's not.
Maybe you shouldn't have won it.
Yeah. Well, Vivek is asking, why did you not just let Janine win? Ooh. Something tells me that Vivek would prefer for Janine to stay. And Dennis says, I did kind of try. Like, I was taking my time somewhat during the competition. I don't know how true that is, but that is what he's saying.
I thought he was claustrophobic. He was all too eager to get down in that hole.
Yeah. Well, Vivek, it seems like, also would like to have seen Anthony have to show his cards if the veto was used. And I agree. I think it would have been way more entertaining. Yes. And it would have revealed a lot. But anyway, Vivek is then chatting with Janine. There's a lot of Vivek in this this second digital daily. He's been hustling here. Maybe a little too much. Maybe you should turn it down a little bit.
He's nominated for a supporting actor.
Yeah. So Vivek is chatting with Janine and he's encouraging her, like, do not give up. Play your social game. It's not over yet, even though you didn't win the veto. And Janine is like, okay, but can I tell you something?
This broke my freaking heart.
This is so sad. She lets Vivek know that during the competition, she overheard Bailey say, oh shit, she has it. Like, in a bad way. No! When it looked like Janine was going to win. So, like, she could clearly tell that her own really close ally did not want her to win this veto. So she's like, that really hurts me. I thought we were much closer than that. Yeah. Now she feels like she has no one in her corner. No one has her back at this point. And that's so sad.
That's pretty much true.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like Vivek is maybe going to try and help her. I don't know how much he could do at this point, though. I don't know. We'll come back to all that. In other news, the doors on the prize car are now open.
Oh, wow.
So everyone can go in. Anthony was in there forever at one point talking about how great it is and fantasizing like, this is a rich people car.
It's the Infinity Illuminati. It's for me. I deserve this.
Yeah. I just have to point out.
I usually have a driver.
If you win this game, you don't win the car.
Right.
You get a 2-year lease of the car.
So what? Can you drive it 2 miles a year?
I don't know. I don't know what the terms are of the lease, but that's kind of
lame,
misleading.
Yeah.
Anyway, it looks like a nice car, but like, anyway.
It is a nice car.
Yeah. Dennis and Avery have a game chat. So we got one of the nominees and then the POV holder. So Avery says, I have to ask you to use the POV on me, but she's also like, I don't actually want you to use the POV on me. She says, I don't want you to have to draw a line in the sand and then end up on Anthony's bad side. So like, don't do it.
Right.
She feels like she's going to be safe on the block against Janine. And Dennis agrees, you're going to be fine. But Dennis is also asking everyone he talks to, if I were to use the veto, what do you think the repercussions would be? He's like asking everyone that. And then after they give their answer, he's like, I'm not using the POV. I just wanted to know.
Oh,
that's like kind of low-key annoying.
I hate that.
Yeah. You know? Well, anyway, he tells Avery he's not using the veto and Janine going home is a done deal. Could it be less done? It'd be nice if they could flip this vote. It would kind of be hilarious.
We need this vote to be flipped.
It would be
badly.
Yeah.
So badly.
Well, later we have Anthony, Kayla, and Lexus in the car. And
it reminded me of when they sing in the car, like James Corden.
Oh, carpool karaoke.
Yeah.
It reminded me of like a car commercial when they have like the dancing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, or like they're going on a road trip or something.
Right.
So Anthony says that Vivek is public enemy number 1 at this point.
Oh.
He can sense he's getting rid of Janine this week, and now he's trying to put the new bullseye on Vivek. So he lets Kayla know that Vivek wanted her on the block this week instead of Avery.
Oh.
He also reveals that Vivek said he has all the girls wrapped around his finger.
That's a lie.
I mean, I think I wouldn't be surprised if Vivek did say that.
Really? I don't know about that.
I mean,
I don't think he said that.
At times he says some stuff that's like, dude, come on. I think that you can chalk that up to his age, like immaturity. I think he's got a lot of potential, but he's also got he's rough around the edges. I'll say that. But I am coming around on him a little bit. Way more than I expected.
What I didn't like was Anthony's psychological profile of Vivek, saying he was somebody in high school who didn't get a lot of attention and became a cop, and he's walking around swinging his handcuffs around.
Yeah, like very, very weird analogy.
Weird energy there.
Yeah. So Anthony says, I know you guys may think that Tola is a bigger target, but Tola is predictable. We can figure out what he'll do. Meaning what?
Really? Because I don't think so.
But he says Vivek is not. Vivek is ready to snake people. What that says to me is that Anthony knows that Vivek will target him before Tola would. He doesn't care about anybody else, being safe or not.
I don't care about the Girls Alliance.
Yeah, exactly. So Anthony says, also, I just have to point out, because I don't know that we brought this up in last night's episode recap, but when Anthony was going on and on about how Janine is only there for herself, it drives me crazy when people say that on these shows. Like, obviously, you're there for yourself. Are you telling me you're not there for yourself? Come on. Wild. But anyway, Anthony also brings up that it's obvious.
Apparently Spicy V's not there for herself.
Well, we can see that.
Or Avery.
Anthony says it's obvious that Todd, Donna, and Bailey have a final 3 because apparently they're always together now. They're always hanging out. And Anthony has some words about Todd as well. He says Todd is not here to play this game. He's not here for this game. He's here to meet hot girls and have fun. Wow. I would love to see Todd take Anthony out. It would be very satisfying.
Yes, or Elijah, which we haven't seen for days.
We saw him on today's Digital Daily, but I didn't even take notes on the conversation because it was kind of just like, whatever. It was him and Todd. They didn't really say anything compelling, in my opinion.
Or anything.
I don't know. Anyway, Janine and Dennis have a chat. Again, POV winner and nominee. And Janine says, I'm very proud of you for winning. And I'm not going to ask you to use this veto on me.
I'm surprised he didn't say good because I wasn't planning on it.
Well, he's got to play his whole game first of asking his questions. But she says it feels like it's pretty set at this point that she's going to be the one to go. And she says she wants to give him as much information as she can to help him before he goes. And he's like, all right, well, I'm going to ask you, if I use the veto either way, like, what do you think the repercussions are? So she's like, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, all right, so I have to tell you, I'm not using the veto, but I do want to use this opportunity
to get
info from people.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm asking these questions. Okay, great. So anyway, then Janine has a chat with Vivek. And Vivek says, well, I'm pretty sure you're on the block because of a lie. He's also not buying this whole explanation of Janine mentioning Dougie's name. He's not buying it, which is
I know he doesn't care about the Girls Alliance, but
yeah. So Vivek, he wants to run through some scenarios here.
Ooh, scenarios
for how they could potentially get Janine to stay this week.
Do you think you could convince anyone to keep you?
Well, first he was asking, is there any chance that you can get Dennis to save you with the power veto? And she's
said,
like,
no,
probably not, right? He doesn't want to make any waves. He doesn't want to go against Anthony. So then Vivek is trying to figure out, like, do you think you could get any votes to stay? Do you think you could get 1 vote to stay? Like, that's where we're going to start, and we're going to build on that. And she said, I don't know.
No.
I mean, we heard what Bailey said, right, during the competitions like that.
Yeah.
So Janine just feels like at this point, people don't want to shake up the game this early on. It's only week 1. And I would have to say, unfortunately, that is true. Yeah. I don't see people going against the power right now, which is unfortunate and really boring. But that's just where we're at in this game. So Janine says she's not giving up, but like, she kind of seems like she's giving up. She doesn't want to talk game with anyone anymore. And she says she's felt like a shell of herself since day 4.
She just wants to be a good time girl.
Yeah.
She wants to have a good time in the house.
She's tired. She's been in defense mode since day 4 when Anthony said that she mentioned his name.
People have been avoiding her, taking dumps on her. She's tired of the people treating her like crap.
Yeah. I'm hoping that she's going to turn it around and still put in some effort to stay. I think this is all very fresh still. She's just, coming to terms with not winning the veto. So I think after a day or two, she'll probably be like, okay, I need to at least like try
campaign
to stay
a little bit.
Yeah. I think she's still going to
too little too late
make some sort of attempt.
Yeah.
But yeah. The backyard is finally open.
Oh my God. They were screaming like somebody just discovered sliced bread.
They were screaming, running around. I'm surprised nobody fell
and got hurt.
Yeah. The backyard looks pretty dope though, and I'm sure they're so excited to have another space open to hang out in.
Flying through here.
Yeah. So a little later, Anthony is crying. And Janine is comforting him. It sounded almost like they were talking about something with work, like outside.
Somebody lost their job or
something like that. I don't know. But after Anthony went and put his face in the fridge to like freeze off those tears, I don't know. I hope he's okay. I hope this isn't something to do with like losing his friend. I know that's very overwhelming. Yeah. But hopefully he's okay. Janine is comforting him. They go to the outdoor area to chat. And this is the first that we're seeing.
Wow, that outdoor area is pretty hot.
So they don't have the hot tub outside. They just have the one inside. But this outdoor area
does this have a roof over it?
I don't think so. Isn't this supposed to be open air? That's what it used to be.
But maybe like part of it is open air.
Yeah, I think that's possible.
They wouldn't want all that furniture to get ruined. I mean, I think that was the reason
they probably have covers for it, maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
But
it had a fireplace out there, like a real one, like a gas fireplace.
Right. But it looked so like nice and cozy. And of course, they had those
sorry for the video.
Hold for Sean.
Okay.
They had those really comfy jackets. They always change it up every season.
Fleecy jackets. Really nice. They didn't have the lumberjack ones anymore.
No, these look nice and squishy though. So then
squishy.
Yes, Janine was telling Anthony, look, my game really changed when you told me that I was going to be going up on the block.
You sucked the farts out of my game. It's dead.
And she's like, I woke up this morning and I told myself I want to have fun for the rest of the time that I'm here. And again, she's saying she's not really giving up, but she said, I felt like my game was over the second that you named me as the target. I mean, she pointed out, you could have just put us 2 ladies up on the block.
And said, house decide.
Right.
But no, he said, you are the target.
He made it known.
The pawn.
Right. So that really took the wind out of her. So
do you think that's why he was crying?
I mean, it could be some guilt in there. I don't know. It's hard to say.
I don't think so.
He's telling her to fight till the last second, but
that pisses me off.
Yeah,
you know, why waste your time when you can be enjoying yourself in the house campaigning for something that's never going to happen because you lied.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, especially coming from him when he set her up for this. Exactly. So anyway, that's where we're at. I'm assuming we're gonna get the results from the POV ceremony on tomorrow's Digital Daily.
What a freaking waste of a season.
I mean, we just started.
I know, and already it sucks.
You never know where it's gonna go from here, though. Things could change.
It better get better because I don't know if I could sit through this.
Well,
this is bad.
Maybe I'll be doing these alone.
It's annoying. Let us know in the comments what you think.
Yeah. Benjamin, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you, Benjamin.
Benjamin says, not a fan of this HOH spy cam. The billiards room, storage, hot tub room, kitchen, and living room. That's way too much new power. Yeah, I feel like this spy cam has way more possible views than the US one does. And I would agree, it's too much. I think it should be limited to like maybe 3 different views. It's too much power for the HOH.
At least it doesn't have.
You fun.
At least it doesn't have sound.
Well, yeah, that would be broken.
Yeah.
But thank you so much again, Benjamin. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thanks, guys.
We will be back tomorrow for another Digital Daily Chat and also an episode recap. So you will be joining us for that.
Oh,
whatever, Angel. So thanks again. We'll see you next time. And until then, much love. Bye.